You suck. We said action. Are we rolling now?
We're recording this time.
Okay, today is butcher day. We are butchering our second batch of chickens. It's actually our second batch, which I'll explain a little bit more. If you follow us on Instagram, you may have seen a little bit of something about it a couple months ago, but I'm gonna show you guys how we set up. I'm not sure if I did it in the first video when we first butchered in May or not, but we'll kind of go over things again. So let me turn the camera around and show you what we have going on. Okay, so we have our giant pot here that we will use to scald. And we got our thermometer, say that quick. And that is gonna help us determine the temp of the water. You don't want it too hot, otherwise you're gonna cook your chicken while you're doing that. We have our spray bottles. It's 50-50 distilled white vinegar and water. And we have some buckets here, which will kind of divvy up what we're gonna put in the buckets. Guts, gizzards, whatever we're not keeping. The feather bucket, I already drilled some holes in. That's over here. It's just easier. We're gonna put this bucket underneath the plucker, and then as the feathers go in, it can actually drain because it has holes in it now. We have our propane and our little burner here that we'll put the pot on. Got the plucker. And then we have these bins. These bins are very helpful, especially if we are going to be piecing out everything. We do have to clean these top bins. We left them out last night, so all the top bins need to be re-cleaned. But we'll separate out pieces, so the legs, the hearts, the livers, whatever we're keeping, we'll separate out in these bins. If we get time to piece out the birds today, then we'll be able to piece out the birds with that in those bins. We have our butcher knives here. They're all sharp, ready to go, cleaned. And then this needs to be cleaned. I just pulled it out of the barn. We cleaned it after last butchering, but as you can see, it has cobwebs on it. So we'll just kind of re-clean this. But this is the, for lack of better words, murder weapon. We lop off the heads because we don't like the idea of slitting the throat. Everyone has their own way of doing it. Slitting the throat we've seen done, and you can see the eyes of the chickens just staring at you, and we don't like doing it that way. So lop off the head. It's a quick, easy process. Obviously you got to make sure that your loppers are sharp, but quick process. Lop off the head, put the chicken, or you'll wait for it to bleed out a little bit, and then you put the chicken in the water, dunk it, and then it goes into the plucker, so that way the plucker can take the feathers off, or the majority of the feathers. And we have another table that we'll be setting up here too, but then we'll kind of get a little rotation going where once it comes out of the plucker, someone will finish up doing any type of minor plucking on the bird, eviscerating, and then just kind of double checking everything before they go into coolers. So we have coolers in the truck right now with ice ready to go, so we'll set that up. And then our birds are up over there in the tractor, and I'll show you guys that because Robert made some adjustments from the last time we had our true second batch of Meatbirds. So again, I'll go over that in a little bit here when we go out to check out the birds. I do have some friends coming over to help. They are also bringing their roosters and some ducks that they need cold. So it's a party, it's a butchering party. We're gonna get all done. We're not racing this time to get it done before the sun goes down, so that's nice. Robert's in the kitchen right now. He's making or prepping some beef stew. So day of butchering chickens. We don't eat chicken. It's just, I mean, you don't want to. If you know, you know. So But we'll probably time lapse some of the butchering. Won't get into too many details for the squeamish people on here, but yeah, well, we'll get it done. And we got 19 birds ourselves. I'm not sure how many our friends are bringing, but we'll get it done today, and then have meat in the freezer until we butcher our pigs. So yeah. Okay, so here's the chicken tractor, and my explanation on why these are our second batch is because we had ordered some Meatbirds back in, what was it? We're in October, so it was August time frame that they were out here. They were only out here for, I don't know, 2-3 weeks, and we just had this tractor without these sides, and there was about a 2-inch gap, and a mink or a weasel got underneath and killed them all. And in that batch of birds, we had 10 birds. Originally we had 15, 5 had died before they even went out on grass. It's just kind of the name of the game with these chickens. Sometimes they're finicky, sometimes they will die as chicks, and you just don't know why. But so we had 10 out here, and I moved the tractor. There was a little bit of a gap towards the end over here, and we didn't have this poultry net out. We just had them out on grass because we've never had issues with predators besides the neighborhood dogs. And I come out one morning and they're all dead. And I noticed that one of the legs of one chicken was pulled out. So I was doing some research, and it seems that weasels or minks can actually squeeze under anything an inch or bigger. So we ended up making these sides, or I say we, but it's actually Robert, made these sides. They're kind of like wings. So these are up right now, and he made a little hook to put them up when we move it. But for the most part, once it's moved, we take it down. So these fall down and they look like that. And it's just a little bit extra protection, so no minks or weasels can squeeze underneath here. So this one is not attached. We move that one and we just wedge it underneath the eye hook here after the tractor is moved. In the back, there's a small one that is attached, and that one just drags as we move the tractor. So it's a little bit extra protection. Obviously these ones have made it to butcher day, so it worked, but it does make the tractor heavy. So Robert is the one to move the birds all the time. And these birds are all wet and gross because it's a gross day. It's rainy, but that is fine because less flies, right? Less bugs to worry about. So these guys, we're just waiting for the water temp to reach the correct temperature, and then we're going to start butchering. Little do they know. We're watching Robert struggle right now.
Check out our handy dandy kill cone station, version 1. We got our catch buckets, got a nice sturdy stand, and some galvanized flashing kill cones. Pretty excited with how they turned out.
We haven't tested it yet, so may need to make some adjustments. We'll see.
Yeah, we got some more flashing, so if the size isn't right, then we'll be able to make another one bigger or smaller. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's all clean right now.
probably started it and then stopped it.
Okay,
Right.
so we have 12 birds done, or 10 done. 2 are in the kill cones right now that we're gonna do. We have 6 birds up there, and then we still have their 9 ducks and roosters combined. But we have a system going. Us girls are doing the eviscerating. Guys are grabbing the birds, killing them, doing the plucker, and they're helping us keep everything clean by washing in between birds and sanitizing and sharpening the knives. Sharp knife, it's important.
Here we go.
Here we go. That's a weird wiener.
We'll get Steven's close up now. How'd it go? What'd you learn?
Good. I learned how to, pluck a chicken and cut it open and cut its insides out.
So how was the whole experience? What did Sherry teach you? Was she a good teacher or did she need work?
Yeah, she was a good teacher. It was a fun experience.
That's good. Fun experience.
Yeah.
2 thumbs up? All right, cool.
We cleaned up everything with the exception of the remaining feathers over here. And then we'll do all the cleaning, but we're gonna leave this set up so that way we can piece out the birds. But right now we have them all in this big cooler. Our friends that were helping took a couple birds, so we should have 17 birds in here. And we'll start piecing those out either later on tonight or tomorrow. Probably tomorrow. We'll probably just let them sit in the cooler overnight and then start working on them tomorrow. But we did all of our birds, and then we had the ducks and the roosters. And the ducks are not fun to do. They have down feathers, so they're a little bit harder to pluck. But it's done. We got food. And I'm glad that it's done because I'm tired of taking care of Meatbirds.
All right, here we are, day 2. I'm almost done with parting out these chickens. Got this one, maybe 1 or 2 more in the cooler. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut this up. I'm not gonna talk through it. Just gonna do it quick, just to get it done. But I'll show you all the pieces at the end. All right, so there's our cuts. We got a carcass for bone broth, a couple party wings, a couple thighs, drumsticks, tenderloins, and the breasts. These ones were in the scald are a little too long, so we'll probably cook these ones today. I'll show you how I divide these drumsticks and thighs too. I saw a video, if you come just on the drumstick side of this fat line here, you can just go pretty much straight down. You end up with a drumstick and a thigh. Not as pretty as a drumstick from the store, but I'm not going for pretty. That is our chicken process. We'll, with the exception of these ones, since these ones need to be cooked today, we'll go ahead and take the others and food saver them, freeze them, package them up in party wings, thigh packages, legs, breasts, however you want to do it. But not too bad. Bye.
Like and subscribe for more amazing content, and comment down below what you liked most about this video.